Howdy Cowboys. I know it has been a while yet again, but honestly, I just really haven't had any ideas. But today I have like a few ideas of videos I want to film, and I'm just going to film them all while I'm thinking about it and edit them when I can and upload them. Honestly, part of the reason is because I've been working on that Beauty and the Beast video for like a small millennium, and I still haven't read one of the books, and so I feel like I got in this headspace where I was like, well, you can't do any other videos until you finish that one, which is just not true. So I am gonna do all these ideas I have just right now, just film them all, then move on with my life. So the first one idea I had was talk about some books with low ratings that I've enjoyed. I basically went on Goodreads. I'll pop it on the screen. I went on Goodreads and like you can like go to like books you've read and then the ones that are lowest rated and then like line it all up. I just think that's really interesting. And I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books I want to talk about. I actually own some of them. Maybe I should go get them. I'm going to reveal that I'm wearing pajama pants right now, but hey, you know, it's Monday. Hello, I'll talk about the ones I own first. Or maybe I put these in order of like how low the ratings are when I wrote these down a long time ago. So maybe that's what I'll do. So the first one I've written down is called The Love Interest. I think it's by Cale Dietrich or something like that. This book has an awful rating. It's like a 2.9 or something. I read it, to be fair, I read it in high school, and I was much more lenient, I guess, in high school. Like, I didn't really care as much. I wasn't as critical. That's what I'm looking for. I wasn't as critical in high school of books. I just kind of read stuff and enjoyed it for the most part, except Heart of Darkness. But anyway, to be fair, I think I only rated this 3 stars even when I was in high school. And for high school, that was like low for me, was 3 stars. Most everything I gave 4 or 5 stars. So I remember thinking, and again, I read it a long time ago. This is like a spy book, and it's a gay spy book. That's all I remember. I remember thinking that the way it ended was very convenient, or there was like a random death at the end, and I was like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. I remember all that, but I remember like it was also just kind of fun. I remember there was a Teen Wolf reference. That was kind of nice. I remember it being fun. Like, I feel like it has too harsh a rating for just like a fun spy romp that, the plot wasn't that great. It was convenient, but it wasn't like bad. I guess if there's a bad plot. I don't know. I kind of think this rating is too harsh for, so if the rating's like a 2.9 and I give it a 3, like, am I even really saying anything important? I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. I don't want to make this video too long. The next one on my list is Just in Case by Meg Rosoff. She wrote that really famous book, like How I Live Now, I think it's called. I love that book, even though, like, there's, like, incest in it. I don't know. What am I even talking about? I feel like I'm losing my mind in this video. It's fine. Just in Case, I think maybe I give it 4 stars. I remember, again, I read this like early high school, so like 8 years ago, whatever. I don't remember very much about it. I remember enjoying it. I remember the guy ran cross country, and I was like, I ran cross country. That's neat. Is this video really going anywhere because I read these books so long ago? Maybe the lesson is I was just more lenient on books a long time ago, and these books all really do suck. And I was just a young high schooler who did not know what I was talking about. Maybe that's the moral of the story. Anyway, I do remember enjoying it. Again, it was about like a cross-country guy. I think the title, like the whole concept is he like changes his name to Just in Case because of like Just in Case, and I was like, that's dumb. So maybe this book is bad, and I just don't remember. All right, let's move on. I don't know, this is chaos incarnate, but you guys are used to that by now. Next on this list, I have Future Imperfect. Actually, okay, my friend loaned me this, like, she read this book and then loaned me her copy, and I read it, again, in high school. The last 3 are not high school, so those would be more modern opinions. But I do remember really enjoying Future Imperfect. I think it's a duology, but I was content with only reading the first one. I remember it was cool, and there was, like, I actually remember nothing about it. Wow, this is useless, but I remember genuinely, like, I feel like with Just in Case and The Love Interest, I did have problems with, but I remember I really enjoyed Future Imperfect, and maybe people didn't like the main character. I feel like maybe I'll look at some reviews and, like, pop them on the screen and see what people are saying about it. I remember, like, the concept was cool, and I'm sorry, this is so unhelpful, but I do remember really liking it. Maybe if I have a review, I'll pop that on the screen as well. Editing Claire's gonna hate me, but it's okay. Editing Claire is probably going to be in like 12 hours from now tonight when I'm still trying to feel inspired about these videos. Anyway, let's get to the last 3, which I actually have more to say about. Next is Nine Perfect Strangers by Liane Moriarty. I love this book. I can understand why people wouldn't, because it's about 9 strangers who go to like this retreat and there's like LSD all over the place and like it's weird and I don't really understand what happened in the book. But I don't know, for some reason, all of Liane Moriarty's characters are like extremely fascinating to me. Like, I don't know how she writes them that I'm so interested in them, but I'm so interested. Even though the plot of this book, absolutely cuckoo bananas. Like, I could understand, because I gave this book 5 stars, by the way, or like 4.5 stars. And I definitely almost didn't because of like the weird LSD, like, almost like this book almost endorses acid, which I was like, I don't know if I like that. Because it's like, wow, this changed. Like, I think why people don't like it is because there's this crazy retreat where obviously this woman who runs the retreat does some immoral things. But then all the people at the retreat were like, you know what? I still got something out of this. And I'm like, that's not okay, because the woman at the retreat, violated all of these people. Anyway, this is kind of dipping into spoiler territory, so I won't say any more. But I can understand that. For me, I don't know. I guess maybe it was like different from anything I'd ever read, and I was very interested by the characters. So that is kind of my reasoning. Next is Scowler. I actually own this one. Scowler by Daniel Kraus. One of my videos, I will link it. I went on a big rant about how I did not like Daniel Kraus's most recent book, which I don't remember Ben Heavens, that's what it's called. This one has the most ugly cover ever. It's gross, but this book is gross. So I don't know. I gave this 4 stars. I really can't tell you what it's about. Like, it's, I don't know, a kid and he's on a farm and a bunch of crazy shit happens. Like, you can't explain Daniel Kraus's book. You just have to experience them for yourself. I don't know. From what I remember, the ending of this one is actually pretty satisfactory, which is why I enjoyed it. Because sometimes I feel like I've read a bunch of Daniel Kraus's books. Sometimes I feel like they go off the deep end and like keep going down, and then they end you at the bottom and you're like, wow, I hate everything. But this one, I remember we kind of went back up. Let me read the back and see what this book tells you it's supposedly about. I don't know. It's about this guy Rye and his family on this farm and like their daddy issues and an asteroid that falls from the sky. Oh, I forgot about the fucking asteroid. That's like the inciting incident. Man. Anyway, who would I recommend this to? I don't know. Like, I can understand why somebody would hate this, because with all of Daniel Kraus's books, I'm like, I am like this close to hating it and then I give it 4 stars or 5 stars. Like, I don't know. I finally actually did hate Ben Heavens, but like this one, I was like this close to hating it, and then at the end, I was like 4 stars. I feel like this video has turned into watch Claire ramble about things she doesn't understand. So maybe we should just wrap it up. But you know what? We're ending on a good note, because the last one I want to talk about is just Casey West as a whole. All y'all are sleeping on Casey West. I do not understand the ratings her books gets. Yes, they're a little cheesy. So what? That's what we need in this life. Like, her books, so good. Like, sit down, all of you, because I don't care if you don't like one cheesy line of dialogue, because all these books have so much heart. I've read every single book Casey West has ever written. This is probably my second favorite. My first favorite is, oh my god, what's it called? Her most recent one. I'll put it on the screen. It's the one with like the girl and her brother who died. Girl whose brother died before she was born, and like, I really liked the main couple. The guy's name was Jackson. Can't remember the girl's name. Maybe Hadley? Oh, I think it was Hadley and Jackson. I feel like I am acting like I just had coffee, and I haven't. I'm just really, like, jittery on life right now, apparently. This one was also really good. I gave, I think this one was also 5 stars for me. I can't remember, but y'all are sleeping on her. Her contemporaries are so fun. Like, don't start with The Distance Between Us, because that one's not great, but we're on the fence. That one's also not great. All the others, flawless. Oh no, the Fame one isn't as good either, but all the rest, phenomenal. So, you gotta go into it, don't expect it to be a literary masterpiece, people, but they're so cheesy and fun and heartwarming, and my favorite thing about Casey West's books is even, the bad guy characters are very sympathetic. Like, she just writes about people, the best you can write about people in a YA contemporary. But, like, I feel like she is very genuine when it comes to, like, even, like, mean characters. You can see why some people would like them. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's the end of this video, I guess. This was just pure nonsense, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. I'm going to try and film. Let's see what time it is. It's 10:40. I have, like, 20 minutes. We're going to try and film another one. Stay tuned.